Hi guys, Owen here from LES again. So in this video, we're gonna cover Create Surface. Okay, so again, iCON 3D. This is our home screen. So we will go into Create Surface. So we have two options highlighted to us. Okay, so if we go to Create New Surface, so basically I'm not connected obviously to GPS. I'm on the desktop simulator. If I was connected to GPS on a machine like you guys are, I could go to GPS or read GPS. So basically what you would do is wherever you are, you could just put your bucket on the ground onto the surface, take a point. So say read GPS, so take 1 point and then give you an option to take a second point. Okay. So basically what you do then is you're creating a center line with 2 points. So what it'll do is um, give you that center line, and then you can put in a horizontal offset from on your left and your right. Okay, so we're going to go through it a different way. So this other option here is use points in file. Okay, so if you took say if you stored points on your, say if you're on an existing model on a project that you're on, you could take 2 points. Again, it's going to give you that center line, and then you could offset. Okay, so I'll just show you, for example, we will go into dig. Okay, so we're just going to go in and take 2 points again. Okay, so store point options. So we just need to name. So we're just going to go create surface demo. Okay, so that's your .geo. Okay, then we'll go say just one. So I'm just going to take 2 points. Actually, I'll take a couple of points. Okay, so we show you here now. So we take one. Just wait for the screen to track on a bit. We'll take another point. We'll take another point. And we take one more. And there we go. Okay, so that's 4 points taken. Okay, so what we can do is we can go into create surface, create new surface. Obviously, we can't, because we're not connected to GPS, we can't go into the GPS or read GPS. So that will allow you to read your current GPS position. So we're going to go into use points in file. Okay. So what we can do, this is just the file we just created. So we're going to use this one, create surface demo. Select that. So again, we have 4 points that we took. Okay. So say if we just wanted to start off on point 1, and we'll say finish on point 4. Okay. Select two of them selected. It's giving you your northings, eastings, and height of each point that you've taken. Okay, so we're going to go to next. So bearing, sloping distance. So we've traveled more or less 10.5 meters. Okay, forward slope is the difference in height basically. So you have that forward slope of 4.6 minus 4.6%. If you want that to be level surface at 0, okay, so you can change that to 0. So what that's doing is that's from your first point that you've taken, that's leveling that to that point. Okay, so it's on level from your first point taken. Okay, so again you have your northings, eastings, and right. Okay, so just say if that was we brought that back, say it was 4%. To see your start height is 86.408. Okay, your end is 86.834. So your starting point is always the same. So let's say if we want that to be 0. So your start point is the same and your end point is the same in height. Okay. So we'll go to next. So number of cross slopes on each side of center line. So if we're just doing say a flat, say we're doing for example, compound, just a car park, a rough car park. We can just do one cross slope. If you're doing, let's say, if you're doing a car park with a slope on the edge of it, you could sort of do two. Okay, so I'll just show you here now. We'll go through one first. So this is my center line, okay, start and end. So first left side slope, we want that to be 0 because we want it to be level. Okay, so like I said, this is just a rough car park, say for a side compound, or if you're leveling a side compound. Enter. So this is my first line across, 20 meters. So our distance is, what was it, 10 meters long. So say we'll do 10 meters to the left. Okay, so slope is 0 because you want it to be level, and distance from the center line to left is 10 meters. Go to next. So this is the right side now. So again, we want that to be 0, slope to be 0, and we're going to go 10 meters to the right as well. So we're going to have basically a 10 by 20 meter level, or surface, should I say. So use the same cross slope definition as starting point on end point. So if you want that to be 20 meters wide at the start point and 20 meters wide at the end point, you'd select yes. So say if we wanted to go 20 meters at the start and then 10 meters at the end, so we select no. So then first left side slope is 0, enter, and then we're going to go 5 meters, okay, because we wanted 20 at the start and 10 at the end. So backspace to say 5, enter. So you can see what we're doing here now. So this is the start, that's 10 meters, 10 meters, that's 20 meters in total width at the start of it. Next, so then the right side again, we're going to do 0, we want it to be flat, and we're going to go 5 meters. So that's what we have here now. Go to next. So that's created a surface, let's say, so create surface test. Okay, so there you can see it there now. That's the surface we've just created. Okay. Select OK. Now that'll load that straight in. So you'll see it here now. It might take it, yeah, so that's it there. You can see just taking the machine to track down to get onto it. It'll show you our cut and fill. So again, because this is flat and the model isn't, that we took the points off, it should show me the differences in cut and fill as I'm tracking along. So we see there now. So she's just tracking over here now. So once this bucket point enters creates the surface we created, it will give me those cut and fill values. Okay. So there we go. So here you go. There's your left side, right side. You can see this is changing dramatically because I'm still on the digital terrain model, the line that I'm running on. Because I created this surface to be flat, I'm now low 300 mil. So we can show you. Okay. If I had left that cross slope in, or the forward slope, should I say, if I left that at what it was when I took it, that would be sort of, you'd be bang on the whole way. Okay. So that's just a small surface we've created just for an example to show you what it would be like. So we're going to go back in, out to exit, create surface. To load an existing surface, you can select one. We've only done one, so that's the only one you can select. If you've done 5 or 6, create your own small sort of basic models like that we've just done, you can select it from there. Okay, we've only done one. Use last surface is telling you the last surface we used, the CS test. So create surface test. Use the last surface. You can select that and it'll bring that one in. So if you want to create a new surface again, you can also do it by entering the coordinates manually. So starting point and end point is simple. Again, as all you're doing is creating the center line. So if the engineer gives you 2 points, he gives you the northings, eastings, and height of both points. obviously he'll let you know which one is the start point, because again, if you want to have that as a 0% slope, it's going to be from your start point. Okay, so if he gives you your start point, end point, and then whatever slope you need in it, you can put it in. So we're just going to show you now again. So say if we use points in foil, so we're going to select create surface demo. Again, we're going to select 1 and 4. So it's basically the same points we're using as the last one. So we could, the slope and distance is 10.5 meters. We could make that 20 meters. Okay. Again, we'll make the slope. So again, I'll just show you before. So see the way the start height is different to the end height. So it's come down nearly a meter. So with that slope, with that negative slope, it's nearly a meter lower at the end point in the space of 10 meters. So if I change that to 0 again, 0. So my start height is the same as my end height. Okay. Again, it's giving me the coordinates. So we go to next. So we're going to do 2 cross slopes in the center of each center on each side of the center line. So we're going to go to next. So again, this is very similar. We're going to go 0. So we want it level. We do 10 meters, so it'll be 20 by 20. Okay, so that's the left side. Right side, 0 slope. Want it to be flat. And we're going to go 10 meters. Okay, next. So second left side slope. So if we want to fall, say for drainage purposes or whatever, if we wanted to fall in there, we could do, say, 25% slope, and we want it to be, I'll do minus 25. So you just want that to be, say, 5 meters. Okay, let me just change that. So we're gonna make that negative 25. Okay, so you can see the fall there. Next, so again, we'll do negative minus 25%. Enter, and we'll do 5 meters. Enter. So you can see that runoff there at the edge of the surface we've created. So we go to next, and then again use the same cross slope definition as starting to end point. So we'll have it 20 by 20 the whole way along, instead of bringing it in that 10 mil like we did in the last one. So we go yes. So now that's showing me what the model is like. So you can see we have here 20 meters by 20 meters square. And then you have those 2 slopes on either side tapering off to allow for drainage. Say, okay, that's just for an example, obviously. So we name that create surface test 2. Okay, enter, and okay. So that's going to load straight in, and again we just have to track down. So there is our model. Okay, you can see we're coming into it here now. So we have that 20 meter square level surface, and then we have this minus 25% slope, 5 meters distance out either side. Okay, so you see that coming in on the section view once we get over that model. Again, you have to be over it to show the cut and fill values. So coming into it here now. Okay, well, there you go. Now you can see if we zoom out, you can see quite clearly the those ends running off at my minus 25%. So I have 20 meters across, and then these 5 meter ends that and minus 25%. Okay, so again we have that set to 0, so you can see the fill is gradually increasing. It's 20 meters long this time. Like that, if we left in that slope that we took the points off, this would be sort of in around 10 mil, whatever we started off at. Okay. So that's just for creating surfaces, guys. Like that is all you're really doing. It's simple models you're able to create yourself. It's nothing too complex. You're literally creating a center line and then you're putting in your offsets from that center line. Okay, so if we go into create surface again, load existing surface, you'll have two there now you can choose from. So you have the first one we done, the second one we done. Obviously, the more you have in there, the more you can choose from. Use last surface, CS2, test 2 this time. Create new surface. Again, we can't select from the GPS because we're not connected to GPS. If you were on your machine, go with that tab, and you just take your 2 points and create your center line from that. Everything else is more or less the same. Use points in file as well, we've just been doing. But again, we can select a bigger, so say if we do this is a bigger roading project that we had in. Okay, so you can select from a line. So there's lines, this is a big project, so you can select whatever line, if you know what point you want to work from. Say if you know that's line number 10, or say 20, and it's point number 2 to start off, select that, and you know your end point is line number 20, and end point is point number, say, 37. Okay, so you can see your difference in height already, and then obviously your position is different. So go select next. Now it's going to tell you my distance from point to point is 47.5 meters. Okay, and my forward slope is minus 4.4%. Okay, so say if I just wanted to leave everything as is, go to next. So everything else is the same. There's my center line again, and then you can just put in however wide your offset, however big you want your offset to be to the left, put it in there. Same with the right, and same with your slope, just as we did in the other ones. Okay, so there is different ways of doing it. The only one we can't cover at the moment is read GPS because we're not connected, but it's the same principle. You're just taking your 2 points in real time. Okay, so that's it on create surface, guys. I will take a short video the next time I'm on a machine, and I'll take it with the read GPS. It's basically the same, but we're just reading 2 points in real time. Okay, cheers, guys. Thanks for that. Bye bye.